Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the What Are We Doing podcast. My name's Levi McCurdy, and this is episode 149. We are only days away from episode 150. We're catching up. We're doing big things. We're rocking and rolling. We're doing what podcasts are supposed to do. We're being consistent, and we're staying true to ourselves. Listen, I just got done building the set 20 minutes ago. 20 minutes ago, okay? Listen, we've got buttons now, we've got backdrops, we've got a screen, we've got angles. Meg saw it for 2 seconds and snickered and ran away. So clearly, she hates it. And so it'll probably be completely different next week, dude, but I needed an episode, so here we are. If you hate it, I'm sure you're going to let me know. And if you love it, I'm sure you're going to let me know. And either way, it doesn't matter because this is what I want to do. And if this isn't what I don't want to do, and if you don't do what you want to do on a daily basis, we'll figure it out and we'll get through it together. Do you know what I mean? And that's what this podcast is all about. So if you enjoy it, hit the like button. If you haven't, hit the subscribe button. If you're new here, shout out to you. We've got some friendly faces. We've got some new ones, okay? We're 1,700 plus. Haha, we've done it, okay? 1,700, we're on our way, okay? Our goal at the end of this year was 25, I think. We're doing, so it's something crazy. There's something in the water with this. I posted one short about the debate, about Biden calling Trump a loser, and all of a sudden we've got frickin' Daddy Does 30,000, and we've got 800 likes, and comments are rolling in every day. We've gained 28 subscribers from that short alone, on top of everything else we're doing. It's quite literally insane, the growth, and just posting nonstop. If you post consecutively and just continuously nonstop, it's amazing as to what happens to the numbers of your podcast when you don't completely just like start over or stop recording and just kind of let it fall to the side. And so shout out to everyone doing it. Shout out to everyone in the game. Shout out to the new ones. Shout out to the old ones. Shout out to the ones still rocking and rolling. We are here at the What Are We Doing podcast. And so we've got quite an interesting list of topics to discuss today. We've got some stuff that happened last night. We got some stuff that happened last week. We've got a whole hoopla of news and things to go over. So first up and foremost, we're heading back and we're going over to our friends at Hot Ones. Shout out to our friend Sean Evans. So for those of you who don't watch, which to my surprise is like a lot of people, I thought a lot of people watch this show, but like every time I try to talk about Hot Ones with my friends, everyone's like, yeah, what is that? So Hot Ones, Sean Evans, it's a YouTube show, chicken wings, they get progressively hotter. We know what it is. It's just, so, and what people and the Reddit boards and some of the fandoms of recent guests, and just based on, views and other things alone, the seasons are always hit or miss. Obviously, the bigger the celebrity, the more views they're going to get. Like, half of the kingdom was in for the Shane Gillis Hot Ones episode. The other half wasn't. You could leave it or take it. It was fine. We're going to let that where it is. But today, we're talking about this week's episode. And so what you're about to witness is one of the worst first dates ever, okay? and we have multiple pieces of evidence here that we're going to review. And so there's like no way, there's no chance in hell, no chance in Hot Ones hot sauce hell that Sean got the digits after this interview. Okay. Clearly this week's guest wasn't, she didn't trust him. Okay. And ladies of the Wad Pod, okay, for our 1% female listeners, and if I clip this and it happens to show up on Meg's algorithm because we live in the same house and because 9 times out of 10 I like my content from her account, so we get more views. You know what I mean? So so she might see it. Ladies of the Wad Pod, you understand fully, like when you first meet a guy, okay, and it's just like instantly his vibe, his aura, like everything about this man gives you like the internal, like that might never go away, like start to creep you out kind of ick. And like what we discovered here today is that none other than the lovely viral sensation Sabrina Carpenter's ick meter is certainly functioning and accurate. So to start the show, let's review the latest episode of Hot Ones, and let's just see. Let's see how this plays out.
It's still there. It's still there. It's still there. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? For First We Feast, I'm Sean Evans, and you're watching Hot Ones. It's the show with hot questions and even hotter wings. And today we're joined by Sabrina Carpenter. She's a pop music force, the ripple effect of her 2022 breakout still reverberating, but the dawn of a new era begins. The latest singles are Please, Please, Please and the chart-topping Espresso, as well as the announcement of a brand new album. It's called Short and Sweet, and it's set to drop on August 23rd. Sabrina Carpenter, welcome to the show.
Dude, so first of all, Sean's intros, some of the best. He has... These writers they're witty, they're unique. It's very 9 times out of 10 the compliments that we're getting on the show Hot Ones that Sean knows what questions to ask, the information he has access to. It's this very new aged, complimentary, but like storytelling kind of. It's very good. It's one of the it's one of the best parts of the show. And it's a roller coaster from here, you know. You know what I mean?
Thank you for having me.
What's your mindset like going into this? Are you someone who appreciates a spicy meal?
Appreciates is the wrong word. They always just kind of like happen to me and then I deal with it. But I was telling you earlier, I really like what it does for my sinuses. So I'm really excited for them to be open, like super open, you know?
So here we have Sabrina Carpenter. And for the majority of you, you know her from such smash songs such as Espresso and Please, Please, Please. They're catchy, they're smashes. We can't get enough of Sabrina, okay? She's the hottest thing on the market right now when it comes to pop music and the radio and what the kids are listening to and everything else. And so we can't get enough of her. And for those of you who don't know, Sabrina Carpenter, she's 25 years old. And some of you might be familiar with her work on the Disney Channel show Girl Meets World. We had to put some of the pieces of the puzzle together. Not a lot of people listen. It's so, and you know, don't even get me started with Boy Meets World. It's arguably one of the best coming of age shows that like ABC and Disney probably ever like created, produced. Even there's some drama drama behind the scenes of the show. Like now, like we know, like certain, you know, some people were like pushed out and there were things going on. Like, I don't know, like the cast has a podcast now. They're just on tour. So Boy Meets World, I mean, it's something that like we definitely visit and watch once a year, if not, you know, at, you know, a few times when the clips pop up there, it's nostalgic. Okay. You can't hate, on Boy Meets World. Okay. But Sabrina Carpenter, she's been acting now for the last 10 plus years. She's another product of the Disney Channel. And I'm just curious, how do they keep doing it? They keep producing these child stars that have #1 smash hit shows, okay? I mean, Girl Meets World, arguably, it didn't do the greatest. But other than that, there's not too many Disney Channel stars who don't have a show and then a prominent #1 chart-topping music career after that. Like what keeps happening? Like how does the machine, I mean, obviously, like it's obvious, we just have to assume it's the machine, right? Like it's just, they just pump so much money behind them until they explode. Like I don't know, but I mean, hey, let's be honest. Sabrina Carpenter, extremely talented in her own right. The Coachella performance, I mean, let's be honest. Like she's definitely earned her spotlight, but the fact that Disney just keeps pushing them out. And so not only, you know, so she's our next Miley Cyrus, right? She's the next Miley Cyrus. She's chart topping. She's on tour. She's got an album now. And speaking of Miley Cyrus, Super Bowl 2025, it needs to happen. If Miley Cyrus Super Bowl 2025 doesn't happen, hey man, you heard it here first. Here's your guest appearances. First, she comes out as Hannah Montana, and then the second guest appearance is Dolly Parton, and they do their cover of Jolene together, and then they roll right into the rock cover of Wrecking Ball, and then you know, potentially one or two other, maybe, like, I don't know. She has a few songs with Beyonce. So Miley Cyrus Super Bowl, let's get those rumors to become a reality today. Okay. But of course, back to Sabrina for just a few moments. We'll get to the episode. She's originally, get this, Quakerstown, PA. Listen, what's with the state of Pennsylvania just straight up producing superstar millionaires, okay? Like right here, like another celebrity out of the home state, okay? Like what? There's 14 of them now. There's obviously more than that, but like Shane Gillis, Taylor Swift, Sabrina Carpenter, Will Smith, Kevin Hart, Kobe Bryant. There's me. There's so many celebrities that are, this one is just fucking me up right now. There's so many celebrities that have come out of Pennsylvania and are just here and just out there killing it and on tour. And it's crazy to think about. And I know what you're thinking to yourself, Levi, dang, another famous person from Pennsylvania. I'm from Pennsylvania. I could be famous like them. And you're absolutely correct. Here's what you got to do. You have to leave. And so once you leave Pennsylvania, okay, you'll inevitably be successful and be famous and achieve all your hopes and dreams, okay? You'll never make it here. This effort that you're putting into trying to get your hometown to mess with you and trying to get your hometown to put you on and take you viral and give you the numbers, to give you the revenue on streaming platforms to make music your full-time career is a wasted effort. Your hometown is only your first stepping block. So that means if you're 10 years in, you still shouldn't be mad when the hometown doesn't put you on every single time, because they're on to the new. They're on to the new people on the stepping block in the scene. And so what you need to do is you need to get out. You need to get the internet to fuck with you. And then once your hometown sees that the internet fucks with you, then they'll be last on the list. You know what I mean? So it's just it's Sabrina Carpenter. So let's move. Where are we going? 114. Listen to what she says to Sean at 114 right here. Listen to what she says to Sean, okay?
I think everything's a trick, so I'm just scared. I'm just like, I don't actually know you. We just met Sean. Okay.
She doesn't trust Sean. They just met. She thinks it's a trick. She thinks that, like, the hot wings aren't real. She's going to ask if it's chicken, actual chicken coming up soon. And, like, she doesn't, off the bat, doesn't trust Sean, okay? This is not a good sign. This is not a good sign for Sean Evans. I'm out of drink already. We just started the episode. Cheers to hot ones. She doesn't trust him, okay?
Just scared. I'm just like, I don't actually know you. We just met Sean. Okay. Okay. And these are chicken, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
See? Classic Hot Ones
That one's
intro.
lovely. Tastes really good.
So it's interesting to me that one of your biggest songs, Nonsense, almost didn't make the last album. Is there a lesson to be learned there? And if so, how might it have influenced or shaped your approach to making a track list this time around?
So listen,
it made me want to trust my
this question. I feel like this is such a. Why is this always the case? Why does every artist ever always have a story? There's always that one song that they were for sure gonna just throw in the trash, and then something said, or someone told them, or their friends made them realize that this was a hit, and they put it on the album, and now it's their most successful song. Every single interview, any artist has this question asked in the interview, and I'm curious to know, you know what I mean? Like, it's just kind of one of those situations that and then that song always goes stupid viral. And hey, speaking of stupid viral, this Justin Timberlake situation, did anyone know about his world tour before the DWI? Or did we all find out about it because he got the DWI and included it in the virality of the news story? This is going to affect the tour. What tour? The world tour. Did we know about it before that? Because I feel like if someone was a marketing genius, if someone was good, really good on the team of these millionaire influencer artists, is if someone on their team is really good at marketing, okay? It's one of those situations. So of course, Sabrina's answer is the same, of course.
My personal favorites a little bit more. I think when you're making a record over time, you want to play it for your best friends, you want to play it for your family, and then you start to get in your head a little bit on everyone's favorites. And right. I think the lesson I learned with Nonsense was that this song was so kindred with my personality, and I started to get in my head on what fits a record versus what fits Sabrina or myself as an artist. And that taught me so many lessons moving forward, making the next record. I think now I just, whatever feels the most honest.
That's just what she'll do. She'll follow her heart, right? She's going to follow her heart and her instincts. From now on, she's not going to scrap any more songs. And I mean, it's just, and here's, so just, I mean, it's even 6 more seconds that we only need to fast forward. I mean, she's just, can we just all agree? Can we just all just take a minute?
Give the wings love, they'll love you back. Oh no. Okay, 1, 2, 3. So good.
She's adorable. She's adorable. Look at her face. She's adorable. It's like, how can you not
blasting us out yet?
No.
There we go.
In fact, like, I don't want to get cocky. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. No, that's lovely. I love that one.
No, you're lovely. You are lovely, Sabrina. Like, how can you not have a crush on this woman? Man or woman, Megs loves her. She's obsessed. She's already approved the entire bit. Like, how can you not? And like, this is the issue, right? We covered this back in like what? Episode, I don't know, 99? When like a subpart of the internet was calling Margot Robbie mid. So when we tried to deny that you know, Margot Robbie was anything less than absolutely gorgeous, you know, so it's just, it's one of the, like, you know what I mean, like a lot of guys will look at her, okay, and they will go, yeah, nah, she's not my type. And to that I say, you're insane. And so, and you know what else I say to that? You know what I mean? If you don't find oh, God damn it. I can't. I'm sorry. I'm obsessed. It's fine. She's the current household obsession. The songs are catchy. You know what I mean? We're playing them. We got the remixes. It's banging, dude. So let's go to 432 and see the question. Boom.
So I noticed that you'll oftentimes take a break from your live show to talk one-on-one with a fan who's sitting in the front row, which can lead to everything from, you know, you fielding general life advice to impromptu marriage proposals in the crowd. What's the most over your head you've ever felt during one of those one-on-one therapy conversations in the middle of a concert?
Someone told me their dad left. This is not funny, by the way.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine for 1 minute, like just thinking of, oh my God, how do I end up talking about this man on every episode? Like, if you could imagine getting front row to Sabrina Carpenter right now is going anywhere from $1,500 to $2,000 per tick. And you know you're not going alone, so you got to take a friend or a loved one with you. So you're looking at anywhere from like $3,000 to $4,000 to see this woman live in concert. That's how viral she currently is. And so during the show, she likes to take people out of it. And so she likes to get personal and like maybe ask you a question, give you the microphone. And this person, she kneels, she's singing, she just got done singing, please, please, please. You know what I mean? And like she kneels down on stage and she asks this man, what happened? And you could say anything. You could say anything. Shout out to my son. He's 5. He's adorable. I love my wife. Here, marry me. Started chanting the crowd. Sabrina. Asked to come on stage. Asked to sing. Get a selfie with her at the very least. And the words that spew out of your mouth are, my dad left. I'm here because my dad hasn't spoken to me since. And listen, to that person, we've got some unfortunate news. Daddy's never coming back, and waiting by the phone's a waste of time, okay? I've been waiting for the phone in that box. There's a box right here. It's locked. There's a phone in it with a charger, so it's always on. I've been waiting for this phone. It's the phone. It has the phone number on as a child. I have to replace it every 5 to 10 years. And so it's been on for the last 13 years, waiting for my father to call, to the point where I take this box everywhere. I would take it everywhere. I put it in the suitcase. I travel with it to wedding. It doesn't leave my side, this box, just in case he calls. And so to the person at the Sabrina Carpenter concert, I'm sorry, but it's not going to happen. Okay. So move on. Next time you have an interaction with a celebrity, don't be awkward about it. You know what I mean? And so here, let's get to our second. This is our second offense, I think. We have a second strike by Sean Hot Ones Evans. We're just going to fast forward. It's just the offenses keep rolling. And I think he really wasn't expecting this. An adorable sip, by the way. I mean, just we just got to appreciate her for who she is, really. You know what I mean? Is this in HD? Can we not get this in HD? Let me go. 2K, thank you. Better. Perfect.
Big that you brought.
Yeah, actually, milk tastes so bad. Bro.
Agreed. Listen, I haven't drank milk ever. I have milk in my cereal because, that's what sane people do. And other than that, I don't drink a glass of milk. I don't drink a glass of milk ever. Who does? You know what I mean?
Chocolate milkshake.
That's where it's at.
Yeah, kind of clutch.
Where it's at.
There you go.
Okay. That was fine. It definitely affects you.
Yeah.
But these should. That's the point.
That's the show.
You gotta be moved.
Exactly.
You
Throw
gotta
you
leave,
off your game.
You gotta leave with a new outlook on life.
Right.
Don't trust anyone.
It's getting
Don't
fun
trust
now.
Sean. Yeah.
That's what.
Don't trust Sean, she says. Don't trust anyone.
Outlook on life.
Right.
Don't trust anyone.
It's getting
Don't
fun
trust
now.
Sean. Yeah.
Oh, Sabrina, the face, guilty. Strike 2. She doesn't trust him. Why doesn't she trust Sean? She's getting the vibe. This is strike 2, okay? This is strike 2. You know what I mean? It's getting very interesting, very quick. Very interesting, very quick. Okay, and we have a third strike. Is that it? Red flag. I mean, this is the one. She literally says, here we go. She literally says it right here.
How are you with red flags? Like, do you see them?
No.
That's
lights.
a red flag, yeah. So let's take a bite.
It's a self-evident red flag.
That's a red flag, so let's take a bite. Listen, this is strike 3. It's strike 3. You can't come back from this. You can't come back, and you can't really recover. Listen, she's called you out now. She doesn't trust you. You're a walking red flag. What's going on with Sean? What's going on with Sean? I don't know. Like, they're not compatible. Okay, they're not compatible. Okay, and this is fun. This one's just for the clip. We're gonna go to 14:45 so we can be the ones to knock this out of the park, because that's what we do here on the Wad Pod. Look at that face. I mean, it's just, he's beautiful. He's a beautiful man, but obviously it's not working. Listen, Megs and I have this same conversation every Friday night, okay? Today's Friday. Here in about 6 hours, we're going to have this conversation. We'll start drinking a little bit. We'll play some video games together, okay? Maybe smoke a little bit, okay? And then at about 11 o'clock, she'll turn to me and she'll say this.
What do you think we should do? Should we
Do you want to take a break? Do you want to slow it down? Do you want to just dive right in?
We got to do it, right?
We got to do it.
Is it this one?
And then, you know what I mean? We get upstairs, we get something done, you know what I mean? And so then once we're done, once we're done doing the deed. Okay, the bit continues. Once we're done doing the deed, she says this because, it's a valid question. It's a valid question.
Like, is tomorrow gonna be hard for me? Does it have like a long-lasting effect?
And I turn to her and I say, sweetheart, you're not gonna be able to walk for 24 hours. Just kidding. And so, listen, so we've got 3 red flags from Sean. It's a decent episode. We learn nothing new. She has an album coming soon. She talks about the typical stuff. They talk about the Beatles. They play a quiz game. It's weird. And so at the very end, Sean commissions, listen to this. Sean commissions a sketch from Sabrina while she's dying on Hot Wings, okay? He commissions a custom sketch from her, and that now that Hot Ones is going to sell that sketch as an NFT. Yep. So what you can do is you can go on to OpenSea right now and you can buy this sketch that Sabrina Carpenter drew for Sean Evans, and you can buy one of I think it's like one of 10,000 NFTs. And then for every hot wing eaten on the show from here on out, the NFT goes up in value. By how much, dude? This is insane. 0.0001 cent. So go get them. Hold on to them because these things are going to make you guys about $15. And so let's see it. Let's see the sketch that she provides for Sean Evans. She's notably an incredible sketch artist.
Like kind of a green.
Green? Oh my God. Guys, I just like to...
Love her.
All right, we're good.
Just breathing.
All right.
There we go.
The reveal. Incredible.
It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. And I hope we got our hands on one. I hope we get our hands on a copy of it. It's incredible. It's incredible the work that she's done. Not only can she sing, but she can draw. She's an artist through and through. So we love Sabrina. We love Sabrina Carpenter. And even these last credit bloopers, dude, she is hard. This is something new they're doing. These after credit bloopers. What is it? 2330. Dude, just listen to one more. She is so hard to trust. And if she doesn't trust you, you're not in the circle, my guy.
I would have been really pissed if I left and I didn't almost cry or want to jump off a cliff. So I think this was exactly what I hoped for and more. But I'm thinking about a lot of people differently now.
Like other past, yeah.
Yeah. Makes me wonder what's going on psychologically.
So, you know what I mean? She's a tough cookie to crack there, that Sabrina. We love her. Unfortunately, we can't afford her tickets. So if anyone knows how to get their hands on them cheaply, we could certainly use a night out. But unfortunately, they're sold out. And it's just like resellers now, and they're like thousands of dollars. So you know, I don't think that'll be happening for us anytime soon, but congratulations to Sabrina and all of her success. Listen, New York City trash. We've got a new initiative. There's too many rats, okay? And listen, I couldn't do it for those living in those areas in New York City. So, and we saw this happening during COVID, right? Where like New York City can't handle the amount of people living there with the amount of trash, okay? To the point where like the streets, they just look like it still looks like it did during COVID. Like they're just piled high, bags everywhere because they have nowhere to put them. And so it's one of these situations where like there's nowhere to go. The population's too dense for the space. So, and they don't have a trash program for some unknown reason. They don't have a trash program. So in order to combat the rats, the mayor, Eric Adams, has come up with a plan. He's come up with a plan. He's come up with a plan. And to get a solid understanding of the plan, we've got the whole episode right here. And for some reason, we can't even play this because we'll get freaking copyrighted, dude. But he's playing freaking New York State of Mind by Alicia Keys and Jay-Z. I mean, how iconic to start the beginning of the episode, okay? And so we can't play it. We'll get hit. Jay-Z wants his money. So we start with this demonstration of how a trash can works. It's beautiful. Look at that. Boom. One trash bag full. There's that. Look at that. Oh, no. Oh, go back. Hit it again. Ow. Ow. Not rehearsed at all. The handshakes, the dap. Listen, you have to know the protocols with each one of your friends. If you don't know the protocols with each one of your friends when it comes to the handshake and the dap and the lock and like the shake and maybe the half hug, that we didn't even get that far here. I mean, look at the awkwardness. This lady, I think her name's Tish. This lady has no idea what is going on. Oh, grabbed it. Oh, the awkward grabs at the end. Okay. Oh, man. Okay. So let's get out of the copyrighted music and see what's going on in the proper state of New York. Because it's the biggest city in the world, and they know what they're doing. They've got the latest and greatest, and they've got everything going for them. Here, let's see what the mayor has to say.
And we all have one unified dislike, and those are those pesky New York City rats. They're getting more and more bold. They no longer run from you. They just hang out and just do what they want. And we want to make sure we change that in a real way. And we had a real partner in the northern part of our city, Councilman Abreu, who has been really a champion around making sure that we can move these initiatives forward. Because anytime you have change, you get a lot of pushback. But he has been pushing with us to make it happen. And we're ready to do whatever it takes to cut these rodents and the mounds and mounds of plastic bags off our street. And so I'm excited.
So the problem and the united enemy of New York City is the rats and the trash. Hey, man, what about the crime? Here's a headline from, you guessed it, recent. Oh, what's it say? New York City person of interest charged in killing of woman found in a sleeping bag. Why isn't the crime the first priority? Why wasn't this done centuries ago? Why wasn't New York City the first city in America with trash cans. Like, where are we at to the point that this is groundbreaking technology for the citizen? I mean, and if you're unaware, of what I'm actually talking about, for those of you who don't know what a trash can is, of course he's going to explain it to you because he didn't know up until this point. I don't think he knew.
Durable, they are attractive, and New York affordable. We're really excited about this initiative. It is a game changer for our city. And we will not satisfy with making New Yorkers go out and buy their own bins at retail cost. We're going to do it on the cheap.
That's right.
These bins are less than $50 a piece, and they will last for a long time. And we're really concerned about the unified way we're doing it. If you look in the front, you'll see the little silver bar here is because that's going to make it easier for our new trucks to pick up the bins and make it easier for our members of the Department of Sanitation, as Commissioner Tisch will go into that a little after I finish.
So basically, it's the most modern, high-tech trash can you can possibly get. It's got this metal bar on it that it will basically help the trucks pick it up. And so everyone can get one, and you don't have to go to places like Walmart to buy them when they're hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars. You can go straight to the website that New York City has set up through this, thing, and you can get them delivered and paid for right then and there. The issue is they only fit 2 bags of trash. It says 3 on the website. But, hey, man, he just put in 1 bag, and it looked pretty full. And so, listen, here's the issue. It's 2024, okay? This isn't an old video. This just happened last week, okay? And so it's the least that New York City can do to make these trash cans affordable for their citizens, okay? And so, it's just great. Oh, and then the mayor, listen, the mayor has his Donald Trump line. Let's go there. 4:30 here. He has his Donald Trump line. He knows, he says it. He says his Donald Trump line, and we love it. Oh, we love it. Oh, here we go.
Pounds of annual trash.
Wait, listen to that. Let's back it. Hold on. Wait. Back it up. The number raises, by the way, in this episode, but listen to how much trash is in New York City.
And we're going to catch up with everyone else and make sure we get these plastic bags off our streets. And that is why, as of November 12th, our administration will have containerized 70% of our city's 14 billion pounds of annual trash.
14 billion pounds of trash just on the streets. The rats are just eating it. It's for how insanity.
We're accomplishing this in only 2 years. People told us it was going to take 5 years. We're doing it within a 2-year period. And think about it. That's nearly 10 billion pounds.
They said it couldn't be done. They said, Mr. President, it's going to take at least 5 years. And guess what? I got it done in 2. We got it done in 2.
Within a 2-year period. And think about it. That's nearly 10 billion pounds of trash each year that we won't see or smell. They won't.
Hey, here's a question. Great. So we've got all the trash, and it's going to be under control. It's going to be in these bins. They're going to be rat-proof. The trucks are going to come get them, put them in, blah, blah, blah. Where are all the rats supposed to go? Like, do you think that maybe they'll just starve? And to then I say, where do the millions of rotting rat corpses go? And to then I say, what do you think they'll just travel north to where the trash is? You think they'll just all go to Connecticut, or what? Where you think they'll all just scatter off? Like, I think, like, will the removal of the trash, how much of a problem will that solve for the rat issue? I don't know. but they've got a specially designed, they've got new trucks now. We spent a lot of money. We spent a lot of money on this, I'm sure. And we couldn't have done it without Commish Tish. We couldn't have done it. We couldn't have done it without Commish Tish. And she's just here. She's here to sell us on the bins, dude. Commish Tish is ready to rock and roll on these bin sales. And like her job depends on it. Okay. Let's see.
Well, to those property owners and managers, I have great news. Bins just got a whole lot cheaper. The new official NYC bin that we are unveiling today and that is on sale now, durable, equipped with
Sell 'em,
wheels
girl.
and a secure, rodent-resistant latching lid, is the cheapest bin of its quality available, with prices below $50 for the most common size. Bins like this often sell for 2 to 3 times the price at retail stores.
$200 to $300 at Walmart and Target and the New York City. They're so nice. They're selling it to us for only $50 to help with the rat trash problem. And so, dude, we've got rat fighting engineering. Listen, what do you think? The rats, they're going to figure it out. Are they going to figure it out? They're going to figure out how to get in these trash bins, right? That's what's going to happen. That's the 2024 thing that would happen. They launched the rat-proof bins, and then within moments of them being out on the streets, there's TikToks everywhere of people filming rats knocking over the bins, getting into them, and dragging trash away. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. So we can go to the website. It's bins.nyc if you need a bin, for anyone who's interested. And so I just wonder where the rats go. And they keep pounding in this idea about how affordable the bins are. And that's what we should really, really care about. It's very interesting.
Manhattan Community Board 9, we have a plan to make West Harlem look like Barcelona, complete with large on-street containers and automated side-loading trucks.
They're going to make Harlem look like Barcelona. Okay, well, first of all, that's probably not going to happen. So listen, these two idiots keep spouting off about how the bins cost $50 and they're affordable. And with this all affordable bin program, they're going to get all of the trash off the street. And so that's all they keep spouting on about. And so, but here's the fact of the matter, people. This decision wasn't made overnight. We didn't come to this decision lightly, okay? Before we got to this press conference, the city of New York spent upwards of $4 million, of course, taxpayers, I'm sure, to figure out exactly how much trash and how the bins would work in New York City. The New York City Department of Sanitation and the city's Economic Development Corporation awarded a $4 million contract to a company called McKinsey & Company in 2002 for consults and to examine the trash bin pilot program. The report stated at the time of the contract. So over a 20-week contract, listen to this, McKinsey consultants used studies from other cities that rolled out similar initiatives to determine which type of trash bins would suit New York City best. And they then gave their recommendation to the city, and Mayor Eric Adams rolled out the new trash bin initiative Monday. So basically, they were paid $4 million to Google which bins were the cheapest for the people to buy. And I mean, there's not too many options when it comes to trash bins that attach to the trucks. Am I right or am I right? I mean, right? And so, you know, that all happened. But did anyone before that consider Googling the company only to find out that maybe a few years back, let's go back to April 2017, where partners from McKinsey & Company sent a confidential and final report to the New York City Correction Commissioners. This is when New York City also hired McKinsey & Company to study the crime rate in the New York City prison system and then report back on ways on how they can lower said crime rate. They had spent almost 3 years leading an unusual project for a white shoe corporate consulting firm like McKinsey, attempting to stem the tide of inmate brawls, gang slashings, and assaults by guards that threatened to overwhelm the jail complex on Rikers Island. The report recounted that McKinsey had tested its new anti-violence strategy in what the firm called restart housing units at Rikers. The results were striking. Violence had dropped more than 50% in the restart facilities, the McKinsey partners wrote. But guess what? The numbers were bogus. The numbers were bogus. Jail officials said McKinsey consultants had jointly rigged the restart program in its earliest phase to all but guarantee there would be few violent episodes according to documents and interviews. They stacked the units with inmates they believed to be compliant and unlikely to get into fights and attack the staff. So they took their very best well-behaving people, put them in this test, and then said, hey, look, no one got stabbed. We did it. And so then jump to now, April 2024, the Justice Department is now investigating the McKinsey & Company and the internal consulting giant for its role in helping drug companies maximize their sale of opioids. So basically, 3 strikes McKinsey, you're out. They falsified the jail documents for the New York study. They spent $4 million to tell us we needed trash bins in New York City. And they've also marketed opioids as something that you should probably just take, and which probably has led to deaths of millions of people. The investigation led by the U.S. Attorney's Office in Massachusetts and Western District of Virginia in coordination with the Department's Civil Division in Washington, according to 2 officials familiar with the case who spoke on condition of anonymity. Since 2021, McKinsey has agreed to pay out $1 billion to settle investigations and lawsuits across the United States related to the firm's work with opioid makers, Principality Prodium Pharma, and the maker of oxycodone. McKinsey recommended that they turbocharge the sales of drugs amidst the opioid crisis, which has killed hundreds of thousands of Americans. McKinsey has not admitted to any wrongdoing. So that's what's happening in New York City. And, you know, meanwhile, on the other side of politics, we're pushing forward to 2025 and talking to my friends and family about the election. It's just a fun thing to do. It's a fun thing to do because some of them love Trump, some of them love Biden, some of them don't care. And so we're going to play a little game. Let's play a little game, okay? I'm going to read a quote, and you have to tell me who said it, okay? And based on everything I just said in the last 30 seconds is your context clues, okay? Here we go. Here's the quote. If voted president, I wouldn't care about party lines. I just always truly make the American people my #1 priority. For problems I'm ignorant in, I'd have experts from the left and the right advise me on them and try to find the middle ground and what's best for America. Wouldn't be viable, don't care about doing things just because my party says I should, and I would focus on uniting the country instead of dividing it. So go ahead, take a few seconds, think about it. Who do you think said that? Take a guess. Was it Trump? Biden? No, dude. It was Mr. fucking Beast. It was Jimmy, okay? Mr. Beast. And if he was old enough, he'd be running for president. And I'm not sure if he wouldn't win or not, okay? I don't know enough about it. I don't think he'd probably grasp the votes he needs within Congress just because it's a bunch of old people still, and they'd be like, who's this new guy? He's out. Bring in, another Biden member, someone else that they're messing around with. And so Mr. Beast would probably get nowhere near the presidency. So, but it's just very fun to think about the fact that Mr. Beast could run for president and could get a bunch of votes. You know what I mean? His audience is barely I don't know. You know what I mean? So it might work. But if Mr. Beast is out here spitting better game in a year like 2024 during the political election, we've got a bigger problem on our hands. Okay? And so, of course, we have to go to our Twitter page here to find the next bit, because Biden's at NATO. Okay, we've got the big boy conference. And he's ready to go. And out the gate, question number one, he's it's not looking good. It's not looking good. He's calling people by the wrong names, and it's not fun for anybody. It's not fun for anybody, and I don't think we're going to get much out of him. I mean, it's just.
And now I want to hand it over to the president of Ukraine, who has as much courage as he has determination. Ladies and gentlemen, President Putin. President Putin. He's going to beat President Putin. President Zelenskiy. I'm so focused on beating Putin, we got to worry about it.
And so that right there, that last 5 seconds he just did.
President Putin. He's going to beat President Putin. President Zelenskiy. I'm so focused on beating Putin, we got to worry about it.
That is his excuse. So when people ask him, hey, you called him the wrong name, that's his excuse. He said, well, no, though, I was just talking about Putin. We got to beat Putin. Putin's the enemy. And so there's nothing wrong with my mental health. And so it's one of those situations where this was supposed to be his big break. This was supposed to be his thing, right? This was supposed to be the time that he proved to America, that he proved to the Democrats, that he proved to Republicans, that he proved to everyone who's been calling him senile and a man who just needs to go take a nap somewhere and not really do anything for the rest of his life. Like, this was his time to shine. And now it just.
And now I want to hand it over to the president of Ukraine, who has as much courage as he has determination. Ladies and gentlemen, President Putin.
It's just.
President Putin.
It just
President Putin.
doesn't.
President Zelenskiy.
Get.
I'm so focused on beating.
Where's his? Oh, here, and then he says this, dude. He says this. Listen to this, man.
I mean, my numbers are better in Israel than they are here. But then again, they're better than a lot of other people here too. But anyway.
Because you're giving them all of our money. You're giving them all the money. That's why your approval rating's higher over there. Could you imagine what your approval rating would be if you gave $100 billion not to Zelensky and his wife to buy fucking Rolls Royces and shit, but if maybe you fixed a few $100 billion issues right here? I wonder how the approval rating would go then. I wonder how the approval rating would go when Israel starts blowing the fucking faces off of other countries that we're probably friendly with. Stop it. Your approval rating's higher in Israel. Of course it is. Of course. It doesn't get better. I mean, it's Joe Biden. Meanwhile, we've got a brand new Kamala Harris. We've got a brand new speech from her, and it's a signature event. It's a signature quote. We can't get off stage without it.
They taught us that we could do anything and should never be burdened by the limitations of other people to be able or not be able to see what can be. And this is that community who understands and can see what is possible unburdened by what has been.
That's it! There it is! To be unburdened by what was is to realize the past of what happened before in the future. There it is. Ah, God. She's a one-liner, dude. She's
can be.
Agree. Cheer. Clap.
Understands.
They understand.
And can see what is possible unburdened by what has been. They taught us.
It just doesn't get better than that. It doesn't get better than that. Biden's constantly effing up, and he called Kamala vice president. I mean, this was his time. This was his time to shine. He had every opportunity. All he had to say was Zelenskiy and Kamala. Two names that he's been spouting out for the last 4 years, and he can't even remember those. And we're supposed to believe that this man is fit to run the country. Meanwhile, all Donald Trump wants to do is play golf. He just wants to play golf with the man and settle the score once and for all. If Donald Trump found out, and this actually happened, and actually golf with President Biden, and then Donald Trump won, he would probably end the presidency. He would stop running, and he would probably live his life retired at Mar-a-Lago, and we would never see him again. That's all he wants to do to prove that he can beat Biden on the golf course is Trump's ultimate claim. That's why he wants to be president. The only reason Donald Trump wants to be president again for a second term is so that he can legally, forcefully send SEAL Team 6 to Connecticut to go get Biden or Massachusetts, wherever he lives, some weird state up north. Go get him, forcefully bring him to the golf course, and legally make him play golf under presidential order. It's one of the only reasons Donald Trump wants to be president. And so now, I'm telling you, he says it right here.
I'm also officially challenging Cricket Joe to an 18-hole golf match right here.
Insanity.
On Doral Blue Monster, considered one of the greatest tournament golf courses anywhere in the world, one of the great courses of the world. It will be among the most watched sporting events in history, maybe bigger than the Ryder Cup or even the Masters.
Way bigger.
And I will even give Joe Biden 10 strokes aside. 10 strokes, that's a lot.
20 points.
That means 20 strokes in case you don't play golf.
So if Biden gets, listen to this, if Biden gets a hole in one, he can miss two. If he gets a hole in one each time, he wins automatically by default with that handicap. I think he should take it. I think he should do it.
I will even give Joe Biden 10 strokes aside. 10 strokes, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
That means 20 strokes in case you don't play golf.
Yeah, we know.
I will give him 10 strokes aside, and if he wins, I will give the charity of his choice, any charity that he wants.
What?
$1 million.
Whoa, dude. Wow.
And I'll bet you he doesn't take the offer.
Wow. $1 million. Wow. To a charity, or maybe like, I don't know, like his son's legal defense. Ah, wow. $1 million. What could Biden do with $1 million? Wow, dude, he should get on that. Dude, when Trump was president, he was golfing like every other day. Biden should get on that. Work on your golf game, because everyone knows you can't run the country. Go practice your golf game and get good at that and win. Could you imagine if Biden beat Donald Trump? Oh, we'd be ecstatic. Oh, we'd be ecstatic. Listen, and speaking of Trump, don't even get me started. Have you heard about this? Have you heard about this? Project 2025. This is whatever. This is like apparently Trump's master plan. Okay. These are some of the, like, these are at the very top of the list. Okay. These are some of the plans that if reelected in 2024, 2025, that Donald Trump has under his new, like, business plan 2025. He's stacking Congress, and with the power of the presidency and the Republicans, he's going to, listen to this. Here's the whole list. Let me get through. I mean, it's insane, right? Listen. Arby's 5 for $5 returns. $5 footlongs back at Subway. Ashtrays in Burger King. The McRib at McDonald's year-round. Dine-in Pizza Huts with the plastic red cups that we can steal. Marlboro Points catalog coming back. Pull tab beer cans. Smoking and real food on planes. Thank you. The deregulation of cigarette vending machines, cigarettes back in cars, Blockbuster Videos immediately reopening nationwide, a 1975 Trans Am for every America, hell yeah, cocaine and Coca-Cola, of course, the middle car seat with no seatbelts, Spuds McKenzie clone and DNA, and last but not least, the forever bailout of the Red Lobster. And I mean, if that's not all the more reason to cement your vote this November, listen, speaking of Red Lobster, we got a phase 3 update. We've got another week, another update with Red Lobster, babes. Listen, phase 1, if you didn't know, Flavor Flav's out here doing the Lord's work. He's ordering everything on the menu at least once a week, saving the company. Phase 2, we launched last week alongside Flavor Flav. We're sending out gift cards to our friends so not only they can go and support Red Lobster financially, they can give their friends gift cards, pass along the favor, and keep the train going. And so that's phase 2 of the plan. And I didn't even know that while we were busy launching phase 2, Flavor Flav was over here launching phase 3, and I had to break out my fanny pack. This is a one of, like, I think 20 production unit. This is a Red Lobster fanny pack, okay? If you look on the inside, first we've got a nice all over print of Cheddar Bay biscuits, and then Cheddar Bay biscuits in gold script font with the Red Lobster here. And then inside you can see we have a foil insulated lining so that when you have leftover Cheddar Bay biscuits, you can put them right in here and you can zip them right up, okay? And you can keep those puppies warm, and you can keep them on you. It keeps you warm. It keeps them warm. And like anytime you're out and about, you're at Walmart, you're having a good time, boom, bam, jam, zipper down, grab out a biscuit. Hey, if you're an Olive Garden breadsticks kind of gal, toss them in. If you're a Texas Roadhouse butter roll kind of gal, toss them in. There's enough room for at least 1, 2, 3, at least 3, maybe 4 Texas Roadhouse rolls, and at least 1 buttercup. I mean, the versatility of this Red Lobster fanny pack. I mean, name one other. Does Flavor Flav have one? Does he? If Flavor Flav doesn't have a Red Lobster fanny pack, I should have a Flav's menu. So that's phase 3. We've got Flav's favorites. We've got a Flav's favorites menu, okay? Believe the hype. The Red Lobster and Flavor Flav cook-up meal is here in an all-new collab. July 1st, right on the heels. Here we go. Yeah, boy! You heard that right. The new signature meal features a variety of Red Lobster favorites, hand-selected by Flavor Flav himself. Maine lobster tail, snow crab legs, garlic shrimp scampi, bacon mac and cheese, plus a choice of a side, and Red Lobster is letting guests in on a little secret. Flavor Flav is an off-menu meal. You heard it here first. You're not going to see it in the store. You're not going to see a fanny pack like this, and you're not going to see the menu in the store. So, in order to get it, okay, so Flav, it's an off-menu meal, so only those in the know can clock in for Flavor Time. To order, guests should just ask their server for the Flavor Flav faves next time they dine in. So if you didn't know about this news release, now you heard it from me. And I'm out here with Flavor Flav, doing the Lord's work, trying to save Red Lobster. If it's not with an insulated biscuit warming fanny pack, or with Flavor Flav, he doesn't have one of these. Can they ask for the what are we doing menu? But you know, hey, if you ask your waitress, inside scoop, a one of one, the podcast you're listening to aren't giving you this insider. No other podcast. Go ahead. Link me one. Find me another podcast who has given you the insider scoop to the latest secret menu item at Red Lobster. It's me. It's me. And it's what I'm good at. So that's the news. And so with Flavor Flav's help, Phase 3, the secret menu item, Flav's Favorites, has launched at Red Lobster nationwide. So grab your insulated fanny packs if you have one. Shout out to the gang. If you have one, represent in the comments below. Let me know. Hit me up. Let's start like a private. Let's start a group chat. Let's all have let's do something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But you don't have one of these. Flavor Flav doesn't have one of these. This is official Red Lobster. You don't know about this. So that's what I'm talking about. We're doing it. It's us. I gotta securely put this down. I can't wear this. It can't be worn. If it gets worn, then it'll be worthless. Listen, the last bit, and then I'm the fuck out of here. Listen, Gypsy Rose, she's pregnant. Whose baby is it? Whose baby? The math doesn't add up. She just got the divorce started with Ryan 10 weeks ago. She's 11 weeks pregnant. The math doesn't math. Whose baby is it? She was on the show taking Plan B. So I can only imagine it's somehow Ken. So that means either she's lying about when she was with Ken, because if you recall, Gypsy's a good girl. When she got with Ken, they weren't sexual. That's what everyone thought. They thought Ryan wasn't hitting it right, and so she ran off to that good D and hopped right on Ken, but they confirmed it live, but they lied! Why would Gypsy Rose lie to us? Is the question. We trusted her. We gave her this platform. We propped her up. We gave her her fame. Gypsy Rose, where have you been? And you do this. And so apparently, I don't know if this is true or not, but apparently in the state of Alabama, until your divorce is final, which hers isn't, her current husband has to be on the birth certificate. And Lord knows what Ryan's going to do when he hears the news. He hopes it's not true. But I mean, hey, listen, it's the math doesn't math, baby girl. She's on the Kardashians. She's out here with the baby news. No one's, I mean, I don't know. But all I do know is that remix dude is freaking fire. And we're going out to it on a back.
Touch you with a 10-foot pole. My man with a 10-foot pole. My man wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot pole. My man with a 10-foot pole. Last check my check. You don't have a man. You don't have a man. You don't have a man. Last check my check.
Yo.
You don't have a man.
Get it. Gypsy. Dude, she's insane. I think she's trying to pull a fucking wall over her eyes. It doesn't make sense. We're going to follow up on the story. The Stingray's dead. Gypsy Rose is doing everything she can to stay in the spotlight, but we're still talking about her. It's episode 149. Ladies and gentlemen, my name's Levi McCurdy. If you enjoyed this episode, please give it a thumbs up. Give me a like. Give me a shout out. Give me a comment. I can't wait to hear and see your thoughts and opinions and where we're going next with this podcast. Next week's episode 150, and you never know what's going to happen. Watch House of the Dragon this week, then watch Recap and Record on Monday. Visit our friends at Fantasy Axe Throwing, and I'll see you next Friday. Have a good week, everybody. Peace out. It was a great show. It was great. It was good. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you.
This
no, it
is
was
the What
a
Are We
thing.
Doing podcast.
We figured it out. We figured it out.